is different from that block. And we know they're different because their background variables are different. So we don't want to just mix them all together, because then we're making a big goof up, because we've thrown in all this variation that had to do with these background variables, whether there's 2 blocks or 5 blocks. And if we throw in a bunch of random variation that has to do with background variables, it's going to show up here and it's going to show up here, and our F-test just isn't going to let us dig it out. So now we're going to partition our data sets into these blocks, where the blocks are different sets of background variables, and ask the same questions, but we're going to dig in deeper with our ANOVA so that we can also suck out the block effect, and then we can do a better job of differentiating how much the treatment contributes to the overall variation and not just errors. So that's where we're headed. So this is the best case. Now we're getting into the worst case, and again, it might not be our fault. The blocks may have been created because the test took so long that we just had to have different background variables, or you've been given the data and somebody else took it and they didn't control things correctly, but at least they wrote it down and told you and you were aware. Because the worst would be they just gave you a bunch of data and you didn't know. You know, then you're stuck. You're back in this situation. You don't know what the block. If someone didn't collect the background data, or the conditions and humidity and temperature, that stuff, you're stuck. You're stuck. But in this case, at least somebody did know, and you knew, and you could figure it out. So that's what Chapter 3 is going to do, and then we'll build from there. We'll build where we've got incomplete data sets, or where some of the blocks have poles and some don't. So we're going to continue to explore these same techniques in worse and worse and worse sets of data, which is good, because that's what you have. But if not, hopefully you can have the best case, what we're just done, and this is all you need, because hopefully you controlled the experiment, designed it, and set everything up, and your times were quick, and your life was good, and you can be done with this class and just use the techniques that we've done and be through with everything. But maybe not, depending on what you're cursed with or blessed with, whichever way you want to look at it. So that's where we're headed. So hopefully, you got some tools now, right? We got one-way ANOVA, we got Tuckey and Sheppy and Newman to finish the one-way ANOVA. So that's where we're headed. Hopefully it makes sense. Mathematically, the things behind it are hard, but we're not delving into that a lot. We're not writing the ANOVA. We didn't come up with the Tuckey test, so we're just using it. That's okay. I just use my computer. I don't know all the things about the operating system. I didn't program the assembly language, so I'm glad I don't. I didn't build the circuits, key in things, and I still get a lot out of my computer. So okay, we're doing the same thing now. We're trusting these statisticians and their F distributions and their Q distributions. And if you don't, or if you find that interesting, well, yeah, major statistics. I think you could have some challenging math. That's for sure. Real challenging, I think. So anyway, have a good weekend, and we'll pick up with Chapter 3. You know where it's going now. Be goofed up.